I was actually a second or first lieutenant at Little Rock Air Force Base, so this was like 1994, 95 time frame. And they were just having a bone marrow donor drive where they were just taking samples from people, the cheek swab, and I signed up for it, took the cheek swab, and that was the start of the process. I had forgotten all about that I had signed up for the bone marrow registry. It was not until September 1999, which was 4 or 5 years later. I was actually deployed, and I was talking to my wife one evening, and she said, "Hey, you got this FedEx package from Washington, D.C., from the Bone Marrow Foundation." And I was like, "What?" Open it up. And they said I was a potential match for someone who needed bone marrow. A lot of people ask why I was doing it. They say, "Well, do you know this individual?" I was like, "No, I don't know them, but that to me it just really didn't matter. There was somebody in need, and I was willing to help them out, because I hope that someone would do the same thing for me or for my family." Yes, it is painful, but when you put it on a scale of what the recipient's going through, it's probably very low on the scale compared to the pain that they're going through, whether they're suffering from leukemia or some other type of cancer. It's very, very minimal compared to what that person and their family are going through. I kind of feel a range of emotions, from kind of being humbled that this person and myself matched enough to be able to donate a part of me to them to give them a chance at life. And also I felt kind of just overwhelmed with joy that I was giving someone or helping someone have a chance at life. In a lot of ways, I felt sometimes I would feel sad because of what that person was going through and what their family was going through and had been through. So I just kind of went through a whole range of emotions, And then, I just would always hope that someone would do the same thing for me, for my family, for my children, if one of us was in need of bone marrow, or anything like that. In my particular case, after I had donated, what they do is they give you periodic updates, because you can't meet your person that you donated to until 1 year from the date of donation. So every month they would call me, they're in Guam, and they would say, "Oh, Mr. Hicks, he's recovering well." The next time they would call, they would like, "Oh, he's on the upswing, he's doing very, very well." And then one day they called me, and the gentleman, his tenor was just a little bit different than it usually was, and he just said, "Mr. Hicks, I'm just sorry to tell you that that he passed away. He just, he just, even though your bone marrow donation was helping him up to a certain point, he just had too many other issues going on, and he just, he passed away here in the last few days." And at that point, after I got off the phone with him, I did go through another wide range of emotions, from everything from, "Oh, that was a waste of time," to, "Why did I do that?" Or, just all kinds of things went through my mind. Everything from just sadness to anger to all kinds of emotions. But after I actually sat down and thought about it, the question just popped in my head, "Well, Lawrence, would you do it again?" And I thought about that, for a while, and after I thought about it, I said, I would do it again. In spite of, this gentleman, not making it, that's not to say that the next person wouldn't make it, And who knows, maybe just that little bit of time that he had in life, even though it was only a few months, that was a few months more than he had just prior to that. So even that bit of life, that was that much more time that he had to spend with his family. We're all going to leave here anyway at one point in time. But yes, I would do it again. And, years and years later, that was 12 years ago. Actually, I think it was this month, 12 years ago, that that went through the procedure, I would still do it all over again for anyone. So. First of all, if you don't know anything about bone marrow donations, definitely read up on it, educate yourselves on it, and you'll be surprised that there are a lot of people in the world that are in need of bone marrow donation. And we in the military, we're the largest supplier of blood, because most military people, more of us give blood than any other segment of the population. But we're also one of the largest segments of the population that can that donate bone marrow. So we have a great opportunity to help others. We help our country by doing what we do around the world, but this gives you a chance to help out a specific individual. And there's a little bit of pain that goes along with it, but signing up for it is painless. Doing the cheek swab is painless. Filling out the paperwork is painless. Doing the initial testing, all of that is painless. Going through the procedure is, minimal pain, but the return on that investment is just huge, because you can't put a price on life.